Make you think. This CEO Philly Trenches Hockey Raw coming at you live and direct down Center City. Before the sun comes up, I'm downtown.
3 teenagers and an adult woman were hurt when gunfire erupted.
You ain't next to me, but I'm hoping you can see. I'm praying you can see.
Leave my mark in this game and I call that rare timing. I'm from a place where the bullet holes or the tears dropping. Man, my life is like a nigga walking down the street of glass with no shoes. That's the closest I came to red bottom. See, this the realest shit I never wrote. He had a scholarship, but he ain't go, cause his op was about to make parole. He want this nigga dead, he want this nigga soul. I know a mom and daughter that stopped speaking, cause she stopped taking her birth control. My city dying. Blood is everywhere. This shit can't be before. She traumatized. She seen her grandma die. They take her final call. I know the feeling. Pockets in your stomach ain't got nothing, dog. I'm calling God, but he ain't get my message, cause my phone was off. I know you proud of me, but I'm from North. You never hear that shit. If 4 niggas catch one body, they gon' share that shit. Hand me down. You couldn't fit it, I'll be weird that shit. He shot the block but killed the little girl that's making a TikTok vid.
I know you proud of me. Yeah. Whoa.
Fam, before we start this video off, I do want to take a moment to say once again, Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful, strong mothers out there.
Yeah,
You're
man.
truly appreciated,
Straight
and I'm
up.
wishing you many more to come.
Happy
Fam,
Mother's
today
Day.
we're going to Philly. I want to talk about 2 stories that happened within the last 24 hours that's not connected, but I do want to shine light on it. And I have to be real. One of these stories is a prime example that even though you want to do right in life and push positivity, you can still lose your life in gruesome fashion. And the second story kind of crazy in itself. We so used to hearing the youngins crashing out and doing the most that today we talk about an older man who crashed out on some youngins. And don't get me wrong, fam. Some people say it's best to avoid public transportation in this day and age. And some would agree, assuming that being next to the unknown is becoming more and more tricky. And the first story happened
Some
the
people
night
ain't
before
got no
Mother's
choice,
Day.
you know.
A man had ruined Mother's Day for 4
Do
families.
what you gotta do.
3 teenagers and 1 woman. And the perpetrator, he was an older man in his late 40s that was also a YouTuber, which we'll later check out. But it's not what you expect in 2025. At least that's what some would say. And honestly, according to the facts, this man allegedly did this because he couldn't control his emotions, letting the teenager get the best of him, and feeling like Superman wanting to prove a point because he had a loaded firearm, all while on a bus, public transportation with 30 passengers. Today we go over the details in that story. And we also talk about a story that happened on Mother's Day. A rapper who was known for doing his freestyles and even had sponsors as early as 2018 for rapping about positivity on the corner of North Philly. A young man who was released early off probation, which we'll later discuss, because of his movement, was unfortunately gunned down on Mother's Day. And to make matters even worse, it's almost 24 hours and no arrest has been made for both stories. Today we go over the details. We pay our respects and we try to learn from this. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Fam, meet the YouTuber Philly Trenches. His YouTube name is Trent City 215. He started his channel back in December of 2024. With over 320 videos, he have 321 subscribers and a little more than 64,000 views.
Hello world, I'm just here to make you think. This CEO Philly Trenches Hockey Raw coming at you live and direct. The Bone exclusive video. The other day, I made the video, y'all really couldn't see it that clear, but the quality of the picture, you can see a little bit, to me is amazing, right? But just, I think the Wi-Fi, the frequency, I couldn't get the good service in. But my phone was acting up yesterday, for a whole hour. So I had a lot of stuff that I was trying to do, had to get delayed. Things happen for a reason, but I'm just letting y'all know that Philly Trenches with the global monstrosity. I was saying monster monstrosity because it is a monster monstrosity to me, as far as it being like monstrous, because it's the monster. But it's global monstrosity by one of my closest friends, like my brother, Donnie Warzone, _22 on Instagram. He got the, his merch. It's not just the merch, it's his craftsmanship that can captivate, what word I'm trying to use? Captivate, as far as the eye, the clothes. See, we used to be boosters. We used to be in the malls and taking the flies' clothes, the Felix sweatsuits and all that. So he one of them low-life niggas. So his clothing line for the colors is, we don't want to come out with the crazy colors and Felix sweatsuits and polo shirts and all that. So Donnie Warzone, get with the logo and all that, and support the merch, global monstrosity, right? See, we think a lot the same, and I team up with real motherfuckers because I'm a real motherfucker. But anyway, you see the color, the sky blue? Yeah, everybody looking at me with the sky blue. Everybody. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's a beautiful weekend. Philly Trenches.
Yeah, you stand out, man.
Last night, a lot was going down. I was on my rock star shit. I'm really a rock star. You know what I mean? I wake up like I was at a rock star concert last night. That's how I really feel right now. And I feel good. And I'm about to do a lot of good things for Philadelphia. For the trenches, man, as far as if you know, you know. Because, man, it is what it is. Anyway, Philly, I love y'all. You know, in the trenches, I love y'all. You know, we trench niggas, we trench babies. I mean, that's what it is. That's why I'm glad I call myself Philly Trenches.
Bro, just rambling.
I'm a trench nigga. You know what I mean?
Bro, just rambling, bro.
It's trench niggas out here, trench bitches out here, hustlers, killers, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Survivors. It's a trench thing. You understand me? But anyway, a lot of nice content, major content will be coming out.
A wise person once told me, if a person gotta tell you they real, 9 times out of 10 they not. Nonetheless, that video was posted to Philly Trenches page just 9 days ago from me doing this video. But 8 days after that video, on May 10th, 2025, the day before Mother's Day, he would get on the bus. A bus that had 30 passengers on it. The bus was located on Girard Avenue and 33rd Street. It was just before 6:15 p.m. And on that bus was some teenagers who allegedly got into a verbal altercation with Philly Trenches. But he was losing the verbal altercation and resulted in pulling out his firearm and shooting up the bus, striking 3 teenagers and 1 woman. When police arrived on the scene, they realized that the Route 15 bus had people shot on it and was in total chaos. Now, thank God, as of now, it's being reported that the 4 victims, including a 16-year-old boy and 14-year-old boy, all whom were taken to the hospital, and a 39-year-old woman was treated for a graze wound on the scene. All of the victims are in stable condition. In an update Sunday morning on Mother's Day, police said the 14-year-old was shot in the left hand and the 16-year-old was shot in the right foot. The other 16-year-old suffered a graze wound on his back, and the 39-year-old woman was injured on her shoulder. But nonetheless, the YouTuber Philly Trenches had fled the scene and has yet to be apprehended.
Now at 6 on CBS News Philadelphia, we have news coming in that Philadelphia police are on the scene of a shooting in Fairmount Park on or near a SEPTA bus. CBS News Philadelphia's Ryan Hughes is live on the scene. Ryan, what are you learning so far for us?
Aziza, good evening. We are told that this incident happened about 30 minutes ago, and this still remains an active scene. Let me step out of the way so you can see what we are seeing out here right now. That SEPTA bus is parked right now in the middle of Girard Avenue, as you mentioned, in Fairmount Park near 33rd Street. Yes. Right now, Philadelphia police are going in and out of that bus. They are canvassing, looking for evidence. They are speaking to the bus driver, the operator, as well as people that were on board the bus. Now, a few moments ago, I did speak to one of those riders. A woman described this incident as traumatizing. According to her, she tells me at least a dozen people or so were on the bus at the time when this happened. She says a man at the front of the bus started shooting in the direction of a group of young people towards the back of the bus. She tells me she hid in the corner as well as other riders, and luckily she was not injured. Now, according to that witness, several people, she says, were hit by the gunfire, but we are still working to confirm those details with Philadelphia police. I did speak to an inspector. He is on his way to the scene right now. So again, this is still very early on in the investigation, still working to determine if in fact people on board that bus were hit or were not hit. This is 33rd Street and Girard Avenue, a very busy intersection in Fairmount Park, not far.
Well, thankfully, ain't nobody get hurt. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he just opened fire. I mean, in their direction, hitting like 6-7 people. Good thing, you know, none life-threatening. I mean, what he gonna say? They say he been missing since. What he gonna try to claim like they was threatened? You know what I mean? He feel at this point, I don't even think he can try to claim self-defense, because if that was the case, you shouldn't have left the scene at all. You would have been, you know, somewhere to be able to, you know, be reached. And apparently you know what I mean? You tweaked off. So I don't know, man. That's crazy. But like I said, it's a good thing that none of the injuries are life-threatening. We can say that, but tweaking.
Brewery Town, you have several police officers again on the scene. They've been going in and out of that bus looking for evidence. Off to the side of me over here, they are speaking to one passenger that was on board. They are also speaking to that bus operator. So we will continue to work this scene for you and get any more information. But according to that witness, she says several people were shot on board this bus. Again, police are making their way. The inspector is making his way to the scene, working to confirm those details for you. Once we have it, we'll pass it right along. That is the very latest. We are live in Fairmount Park. Ryan Hughes. Aziza, back to you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Now, I waited some time before I did this video, and the main reason was to check out and see if the YouTuber would be arrested or would he get apprehended. And as of now, it's almost 24 hours since that incident, and still, Philly Trenches is not arrested. And during that time I was waiting to find out whether he was arrested, I was made aware of another unfortunate situation that happened just hours later, but this time on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 11, 2025. And the victim was identified as a local rapper from North Philly, who went viral as early as 2018 for doing freestyles. He went by the name of LGP Quay, and he was different. He was talented when it came to freestyling, but he also managed to put positive messages in his latest freestyles. Back in 2018, he managed to get sponsors by Foot Action and even Foot Locker because of it.
Listen, if you can't do the time, dog, don't do the crime, dog. On the jail phone, ask some money from your mom, dog. With your friends that they been left in, if you die, dog. The way you in the streets is not the same when you behind, dog. A black man get killed through a camera, the cop quiet. A white girl get booked in the market, they start a riot. You show these kids love with your passion, they gon' deny it. But you show these kids drugs in the pistol, they get excited. I don't fuck with the president, you wanna know the reason? He trying to put guns in the school, fuck is he thinking? You tell a nigga yeah, he gon' tell you that you decent. You tell him no once, and he the reason that you breathe. It's the war going on in the streets, this shit ain't adding up. They letting all the rapists out, locking all the rappers up. Everybody drug dealers now, that shit ain't adding up. You catch a case, you can't pay your lawyer cause you ain't adding up.
Yeah, he was nice, man. He was nice.
Everybody doing out there, it's LGP Quiet K, the voice of the youth. Out here in Elwood still right now, giving back to the kids. And I want to thank Puma, I want to thank Foot Locker. I want to thank everybody that looked out, reached out, and linked up with me so we could get back to the kids and all that. You see everybody with the nice little Puma Johns. And we ain't just talking, we actually out here. Listen, we still coming, we coming in. My first ever dressing room, busting all that. But let me take y'all in here though, man. This is crazy. We come from nothing, look out.
He was about to go places,
gotta sit here looking good. You already know how I'm carrying it.
Crazy.
Got my guys in here. How we mobbing? You mean? These niggas used to be on the block, now they eat good fruit and all that. I don't understand it. Like, man, you ain't doing it. Let me take y'all back here. Come holler at me real fast. When we come back here, like, got it set up with the dressing room and all that. Look, bitch. You mean? What we doing it, man? Stay tuned. LGP, man. 2018. Powerhouse. Go out there and vote for the kid. I'm out.
But at just 30 years old, he was shot and killed in the Janita Park neighborhood in North Philadelphia Sunday evening. The shooting occurred at the intersection of M Street at around 4:40 p.m. Now apparently, it was a Mother's Day barbecue on the block. He was there, and he was approached allegedly to be robbed for his chain broad daylight. He said no, and they shot him instantly. Before officers responding to the scene learned that the victim had been taken to the hospital by private vehicle, where he was pronounced deceased at 4:56 p.m. on Mother's Day. May he rest in peace. A love of condolences to his family. This was a crazy 24 hours when it comes to a Mother's Day in Philadelphia. And that's just us speaking on two stories, revolving in 5 people being shot, 1 person losing their life. No arrest for both scenarios. Let this be a lesson. Don't take your days and even holidays, whether you're a mother or not, like Mother's Day, for granted. Some of us don't have our mothers here, or some of us just going through hardship. But there you have it, fam. This was an unfortunate 24 hours for Philadelphia natives leading up to Mother's Day. Sending love and prayers to anyone who was affected by the story we just talked about. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And today, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Man, my condolences. R.I.P. That's unfortunate. I mean, listen, Young Bull was about to go places. I'm going to tell you on phone. You could tell. That's a breath of fresh air. He seemed like he what the game was needing right now. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed with the sponsors behind him, seeming like he was, man, come on, dog, with a man. And it's Philly, man. Philly produced some nice cats, bro. That ain't unknown at this point. He just seemed like he would have been next up, straight up. It's an unfortunate event to happen, and man, what, over a chain? We still doing that, man, but man, y'all know how it go, man. I can't even say that, man, because it's out there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect your neck, watch the way you move, man. That's an unfortunate situation, especially that happens on a Mother's Day. Man, R.I.P. to him. My condolences again. Like I said, he was what the game needed, man. Sound like a little meek in him. I could hear the Philly in him for sure, man. Like I said, they always, they known to produce some nice cats, man, and he seemed like he would have definitely been next up. Definitely would have been nice. Like I said, something to tune into, man. R.I.P., man. Y'all already know how it go. I'm checking out. Peace.
Yeah. Whoa.